everyone. My name is Fran Polacco, and I'm actually Reverend Fran Polacco, and it's an honor, an absolute privilege to be here to officiate at our friend's 25th recommittal ceremony. What a joy it is to have said, I've spent 25 years together, and I'm standing here right now saying, I would do it all again, and I can't wait to do it some more. That's an amazing thing. That is not what I wrote, but it's what I felt right here at this moment, so I had to say it. You guys are so amazing. 25 years together. That means the good. That means the not so good. And what it's done is every challenge, every joy has brought you closer together. You have halved each other's sorrows and probably way more than doubled each other's joys. And that's why you stand here today. Your life is a representation of love for each other that manifests in family. You have been wonderful parents to Anthony, Joe, Jackie, and your grandchildren. You have met life head on with integrity, honesty, faith, love, and together. Wow. It's pretty amazing. Let's open with prayer. Dear God, we stand before you today grateful for you, the one presence and one power in our lives. We thank you for your presence in the lives of Deb and Bob. Your presence has manifested in their lives in the form of love, strength, joy, laughter, kindness, gentleness, humility, and gratitude. As they walk through life together, they reflect the gentle, kind, ever-present, and never-ending love that is God, shining back to each other. This love has sustained Deb and Bob and will continue to sustain them through all their days. For this we are forever grateful, and we say, Amen. Now, the minister's supposed to say a few words. And this is always the tricky part because I always want to get super duper personal. So I'm gonna. Deb, I think I knew of you first. We all met together at our church, Unity Spiritual Center, which we all love. And the great thing about our church, I think, is that it asks us to be more spiritual rather than religious. It says, try your very best every day to live what Jesus taught. Kindness, humility, forgiveness, oneness. We're all walking through this life together. Let's help each other. Well, I witnessed firsthand your experience of that and your expression of that when we worked together for so many years at the Board of Trustees at our church. You worked steadfastly, tirelessly, and you made it all seem effortless. And it was all just from the goodness and the love of your heart and wanting to see everyone do well. And then when I saw you as a couple, I was so drawn to you, Bob, because you have the driest, drollest sense of humor in the world. He's really very funny, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it. So I suggest, right, Anthony's nodding. I suggest pay attention because what he says are gems. And then when I saw you together, the joy, the effortless wanting to love each other and make each other happy, and to just, you love each other's company. You love spending time together. You take great joy in the small things of life. And those are by far, my friends, big things in life. So when I saw you together, I was like, wow, I loved your energy as a couple. And we just became fast friends. And here we are together, celebrating this moment. And I can put a period on that because a few weeks ago, I married friends of ours that are much younger. They're just beginning their lives together. And right before they took their vows, I said to them to always remember that there are no rules to marriage, only promises. And there is a certain security and strength and joy and happiness and fulfillment that can only come from a long life together of promises well kept. Well, now we stand here together and we can witness in Deb and Bob a lifetime together of promises well kept. And the commitment that you will make today to say, I am going to continue to keep those promises and bring joy and happiness to our lives together and all of those that we touch. A promise kept is easy, but a promise kept at a challenge says that I'm going to hang in there through everything. And I'm sure you guys could tell some stories if you wanted to, of stuff you've gone through together. But I bet it doesn't seem as bad, whatever it was, or whatever it will be, because you face it together. And this is a wonderful way at this very moment to say, thank you, God, for everything you've given me up to this point. To say thank you for this very present moment, acknowledging all the gifts you have in each other, and to also say in this very moment, I look forward to and I'm grateful for whatever the future holds for Deb and Bob together. And now we'd like to hear a reading from Anthony. The poem is from our James Dillard Freeman, who is a wonderful spiritual writer, and it's called A Blessing for Marriage.
Your marriage has brought you all the exquisite excitements a marriage should bring, and life has granted you patience, tolerance, and understanding. May you always need one another, not so much to fill your emptiness as to help you know your fullness. A mountain needs a valley to be complete. The valley does not make the mountain less, but more. And the valley is more a valley because it has a mountain towering over it. So let it be with you and you. May you need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want one another, but not out of lack. May you entice one another, but not compel one another. May you embrace one another, but not out-encircle one another. May you succeed in all important ways with one another and not fail in the little graces. May you look for things to praise, often say, I love you, and take no notice of small faults. If you have had quarrels, both of you have good sense enough to take the first step back. May you enter into the mystery that is the awareness of one another's presence, no more physical than spiritual. Warm and near when you are side by side, and warm and near when you are in separate rooms or even distant cities. May you have happiness, and may you find it making one another happy. May you have love, and may you find it loving one another.
I would say for sure that you've done everything that poem calls a married couple to do. And I would say that you will continue to do it in the inimitable, wonderful style that is the two of you. You have loved each other well. You have kept your promises well. And now you stand ready to recommit to each other and look forward to all that the future holds. Through your spiritual journey, you have learned that your thoughts and words have power. To commit to each other in marriage is powerful. For two souls to love each other so much that they choose to travel life's journey together is true openness and trust in each other. To recommit shows the strength and limitless joy of being worthy of each other's trust. Anthony, can you take Deb's flower? Can you stand facing each other? Bob? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bob, 25 years ago, you stood with Deb as you stand now. You promised to love, honor, and share with her faithfully all life has to offer. Together you would stand in good times and in bad, healthy or ill, rich or poor. Each challenge and joy would bond you closer as a couple, sustained always by your mutual love of God and each other. As you stand together today, is it your intention to renew and sustain your promise to Deb through all your days to come? If so, please say, I so promise.
I so promise.
Deb, 25 years ago, you stood with Bob as you stand now. You promised to love, honor, and share with him faithfully all life has to offer. Together you would stand in good times and in bad, healthy or ill, rich or poor. Each challenge and joy would bind you closer as a couple, sustained always by your mutual love of God and each other. Deb, if it is your intention to stand with Bob now for the rest of your days together, please say, I so promise. I so promise. 25 years ago, both of you chose to wear rings as an outward symbol of the never-ending, ever-present love between the two of you. Today, as you recommit, we re-bless these rings. Deb and Bob, if you would put your ring fingers on. These rings are a circle. They have no beginning and no end. Much like the love of God which shines through you as your love for each other, we ask God's continued blessing on your union. May your bond continue to be stronger than the metal in these rings which it represents. What I would like us to do, if we could form a circle around Deb and Bob and hold hands. Before I ask you to come out, I would like you to stand in the circle of love and friendship with your family and friends as I recite the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And as you stand in this circle, you are a true representation of God's love in your love for each other. Deb and Bob, it is my honor, my privilege, my great joy to announce your recommittal as husband and wife. You may seal it with a kiss.